Yo! What's up, everybody? I thought I would show you my new and improved Unkillable Clan Boss team. I will say quickly that this is not my idea. I think Stu made a video about it. I think Farting Cows had a video about it where he had someone on and they were talking about it. So, again, just kind of pulling from different sources and making it work in my account. So I'm going to show you guys my setup, show you how to go in and set it up, and we'll talk about what kind of damage it does and all that stuff. So we, of course, it's the double Maneater setup, of course, and the rest of the team where I'm running is Septimus, Maneater, and where that boy at? And Draco, okay? So I'm running Draco, obviously, for the poisons and the damage of that nature. I'm running Maneater because the girl can smack. She's going to put counterattack up to give us more opportunities to hit. And that's why I'm using Maneater. And then Septimus is here because he can bang. He can straight bang, and he is going to extend debuffs for us, right? So what I would really like to do, what I would really like to be able to happen is not have to use crit rate gloves on him to get his crit rate up. I'm probably going to end up moving some gear around to try to get crit damage gloves here and keep the crit rate on him, but the speeds seem to be pretty tight on this one. I have not tested to find the windows, so I'm going to give you exact speeds, and I'm going to recommend that you match those exact speeds. If you want to test around and find out what the wiggle room is, you are free to do that. But let me go ahead and say, I tested this. I didn't test it. I tried it a few times because I thought if I just get close enough to these speeds, everything should be fine. I had my Maneaters at the appropriate speeds, which are 248 and 246, okay? And the other three need to be I believe it's 205, 206, and 212. I had like 204, 207, and 212 or 215 or something like that. And even though the Maneaters were right, there's a part that I'm going to show you in the setup where the clan boss was moving at a time where he shouldn't have been moving. So somehow the speeds of this team kind of balanced the clan boss's turn meter in a way where he's going to do something that you need him to do for this setup. So I'm going to recommend that you hit these speeds exactly, okay? So let's talk about it. Maneater, one of them needs to be plus 148. The other needs to be plus 150. Just for clarification, 248 total, 246 total. Yes, they both need to be skilled up, okay? As always, they do need to be skilled up. So that is the Maneater. Beyond that, their tank stats don't matter. Nothing matters on them. So if you can hit those speeds and pump up their crit rate and crit damage to try to squeeze some extra damage out of them, they do scale on attack. If you can do that and hit those speeds, go for it, right? Any opportunity you can get to pump out damage, go for it. I am going to be coming in and working on this, but I wanted to go ahead and get it set up and make sure that I could get it working, hitting the speeds, and then over time I'm going to look to improve the damage. So again, that's the speeds for the Maneaters. They do need to be skilled up. Speed is the only thing that matters on them, all right? Now again, I have Draco, and I have him in at the 212 spot, okay? Again, hit that speed. He needs to have 250 accuracy minimum, really, to ensure that he's going to land his debuffs because he's there to be the poisoner. Beyond hitting that speed and getting him enough accuracy to do his actual job, if you can pump up his damage stats, pump up his damage stats, right? The goal here is to pump as much damage out as you can. So if you've got the artifact quality for it, more power to you, okay? But 212 is what I'm running on my Draco. Next is Maneater. Now Maneater, I was able to do what I was kind of able to make some fun stuff happen on Maneater here, and I haven't even $16 her gear yet, but we got her at the 206 mark. We've got good crit rate on her. We've got decent crit damage. I will eventually take these gloves to 16, and you know, I'll get her amulet. I can squeeze more damage out of her. So she's in pretty good shape. She's got room to grow. She's going to get stronger. She can smack hard. Again, hit the speed, and then whatever you can make happen with her, make happen with her. And then the same thing with Septimus. He is at 205. Again, he can do a lot of damage with that A2. I think he's hitting for like 245,000 with his A2 aside from Masteries. He's banging. That boy's in there banging. So again, hit his speed and then whatever you can do with him. Eventually, I do want to get crit damage gloves on him. Now let me go ahead and take you through real quick and show you Masteries, because Masteries, it's very important that you don't do anything that's going to affect the Maneater's cooldowns or give anyone turn meter. You don't want anyone getting out of sync here and ending up getting hit without Maneater's buffs. So you got to be real careful with the Masteries. This was an issue that I ran into a lot in my old Unkillable videos. I get people that join the Discord and tell me it's not working. And the biggest culprits were either you don't have your champ skilled up like you were supposed to, or you were using a mastery that was increasing your turn meter somehow or affecting your cooldowns. So you have to be very careful about that. So here we've got him with the opportunity to counterattack when he loses a lot of health. Again, just a little more damage. Beyond that, take him down to War Master. That's pretty much it. Both of my Maneaters should be identical on Masteries. If you want a quick peek at my others, this is what they look like. For Draco, we're boosting his accuracy. We're giving him debuff extension. And then over here, we just work him down to War Master. Again, avoid things like this. When his debuffs expire, he gets turn meter. You want to be very sure you avoid any of that stuff because it's going to screw up the rotation, right? The speeds are very tight here. And if the speeds are off, even if the Maneaters are right, if the speeds are not in a very small window, it'll mess it up somehow. So be very aware of that. For Martyr, get her down to War Master, give her the chance to counterattack, and then here this just gives her a chance to hit when they stun. This I put on her when I was doing some other things with her and Clan Boss that didn't involve having block debuffs up all the time. So that's not really important here, but basically you get the idea. And then for him, kind of the same thing. Now this is a cooldown affecting mastery. One, he'll never do that much damage to the Clan Boss, so it doesn't matter. Two, his cooldowns wouldn't matter. The only cooldowns that would really matter are the Maneaters, right? But everybody's turn meter is important, so you don't want to do anything that's going to affect their turn meter, okay? So we've looked over gear, we've looked over masteries. Let's hop into a Clan Boss run, and I'll show you how to set it up. All right, now I just want to show you before I get in here and go, our first key we did on Void this morning, we got almost 39 million. So again, very comfortable 2 key. We are on Spirit, so now we get to see what it's going to look like on Spirit Affinity. I just got this set up. Today was the first day that I did it on a fresh setup. Yesterday, I think I ended up having to put in like 6 keys to get it all tested and worked out. So today was the first real run of it, so I have not really seen what it's going to do on other affinities yet. So today is Spirit. This was something I did for, I guess it'll be yesterday's video when this video goes up. But let's go ahead and get them set up. So I'm putting Septimus at lead just to increase his damage. And I would put Martyr at lead, but she's only going to boost her own damage, right? Septimus boosts his damage, but also the Maneater's damage and Draco's damage. So that's why I opted to go with Septimus lead over Martyr. But if you are using other units besides these 3, because really as long as you've got the 2 Maneaters set up, the other 3 units can be whoever. Just make sure they match the speeds and that they don't do anything that's affecting the turn meter or the cooldowns of the Maneaters, right? Did I say turn eater? Turn meter or affecting the cooldowns of the Maneaters. Maybe I said it right the first time, but so, you know, any good poisoner, any heavy hitters, any combination of anything like that, the speeds are what is important here, not necessarily the champs. These are the 3 that I'm deciding to use, but maybe, you know, maybe if I get a wild hair, I'll move their gear over to some other people and try this out with some different types of comps to show you guys some different looks. Actually, you guys let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. I don't know that I'm going to bother doing that just for the hell of it, but if you guys want to see it with some different champs, let me know and I'll spend the resources to do it, I guess. But let's go ahead and hop in and show you how to set this up. It's actually not too complicated of a setup, but there is the moment that I want to explain to you. So we're going to just use their A2 just because why not on the first turn. Okay, and then with these guys, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and get the defense break up. I'm going to go ahead and get the counterattack up, and then we're going to let Septimus bang. 221 plus the mastery proc. Let me bang, bro! Now everybody's got a counter. So what we're doing here is the faster Maneater is going to A3, right? Other Maneater is just going to A1. Then again, doesn't matter what you do with everybody else. We will go ahead and stack some poisons. We'll throw out her A3, and we'll let him do his thing. Now the other Maneater is going to get a turn. And here's where it seems strange, okay? This Maneater is going to A1, and he's going to come back around and steal the turn, and he's going to A3, okay? That's the crucial point of this. Right? So we're going to A1 here. Septimus is going to smack again. And now this Maneater steals the turn and A3s, and then we can auto. It's a very easy setup. The problem I was running into is, you notice there was that moment where he split my Maneaters, right? One of my Maneaters went, then he attacked, and then my other Maneater went. When the other people's speeds were slightly different, he wasn't splitting my Maneaters, which totally throws the whole rotation off. So if you're testing this out and you don't have those speeds exactly right, when you see that moment there where he splits your Maneaters, or does not split your Maneaters, if he doesn't, that's how you know you're going to be in trouble, right? You need him to split them for that to work. So make sure that that's happening. Basically, what I'm telling you is, as long as you match these speeds exactly on all 5 champs, you should be fine doing the setup that way. Okay, so go back and watch the setup again. You know, put it on half speed if you need to. Go through and match everything that I do. It's basically a 4-turn setup though. And then once it's good, you can hit auto, and they're going to run. And you see, they really, really pump out some damage. It's almost 1 million a turn. Like, they really put out damage. And again, this is a heavy damage team. Septimus hits really hard. Martyr hits really hard. She does have counterattack up. This is by no means a free-to-play team. But I'm showing you an example of what I have. So again, if you guys want to see some different examples with maybe some champs that, you know, maybe not legendaries, maybe Frozen Banshee and... you know, some easier to obtain champs in the mix, assuming you are lucky enough to have the double Maneater set up, then let me know and we'll play around and we'll do some different stuff. I am doing a lot of clan boss testing these days, trying to get a lot of different looks out for you guys. So on top of all the other stuff that I'm doing for, similar to the video that you saw yesterday, if you want me to mess around with this team specifically, again, let me know and I'll do it. So basically that's it. Now they're just going to run up through turn 50. What I'm going to do now is let them do their thing. We'll pop back in at the end of the run, take a look at the total damage, see what kind of damage everybody did, and that'll be a wrap. So, and keep in mind this is on Spirit Affinity. I am excited to see what kind of damage we end up with, how it compares to the almost 39 million we did this morning. So hopefully it'll stay in 2-key territory, but I've gabbed enough. I'll see you guys at the end of the run. So we finished the run with almost identical damage to what we did on Void this morning, which is crazy. I'll be interested to see if we can hold our own on Magic. Since we are running 2 Spirit damage dealers here, I'll be interested to see how we do when it's on Magic Affinity, as well as how Draco does against Force. But looks like on Spirit it might as well be on Void, because that's eerily similar to the same amount of damage. But again, well in 2-key territory, plenty of wiggle room there. We got 17.7 million damage out of Draco, which is to be expected. 6.4 out of Martyr, who is really just smacking. Again, Septimus 8.1, who is also kind of just smacking. Now Martyr doesn't even have a max HP skill. She's just in here banging. I'll be really excited when I can get full crit damage build on this guy, and then pump their damage up a little bit. But again, I'm not going to turn it into a 1-key. At this point, it's just going to be kind of for the meme to increase the damage. In 1.15, we are getting, you know, the infinite damage, so it won't really matter. We don't have to keep as close of an eye on how much damage we do. So it'll just kind of be fun to see what damage I can get out of a key on them without taking away from anybody. But that's a quick look at it. So hopefully this guys helps you guys out. I know that not everybody has all 5 of these champs. I know that not everybody even has double Maneater. So unfortunately, this is for the people that do have double Maneater, who have the artifact quality to hit those speeds. And then again, you can fill these in with whatever you have at your disposal. You know, defense downs, poisons, max HP hits, things of that nature. Again, if you guys want to see it, we will play around with some different versions of this comp and see what kind of damage we can get with maybe some more obtainable champs. It's going to be solely up to you guys, though. It is not something that I necessarily want to get into is moving the gear around on all these guys. But if you want to see it, I'll do it. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hope it helped. Hope you guys got a kick out of it. Again, shout out to whoever figured this one out. I don't know who the source is for the working out the speeds on this one, but very handy. I appreciate it. Done rambling as usual. I will see you guys tomorrow.